What's up, guys? It's
Twin Soul Poets.
We are your go-to couple for relationship advice,
Dope spoken word poetry,
and uplifting
content.
And today, we've got something for you. We are going to share with you the most powerful, magical, synchronistic twin flame experience that we have ever had.
Hands down.
Hands down.
Using a simple but powerful twin flame meditation, we were able to connect across countries, literally on the other side of the world, across the ocean,
Across time zones.
and maybe even across dimensions.
Maybe.
Who knows? So make sure to watch to the end of this video.
Because we're going to teach you how to do it too. So before we get into this magical, mysterious, amazing stuff, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you're liking our content, if you like what we do, if you like our poetry, you like our coaching, you like twin flame stuff, and you want to see more. And more, you like our dance moves, you like French bulldogs. He's worth a like and subscribe.
Come on.
Story time. Ooh. So, several years ago, I was overseas in Thailand. I was teaching English, and Ingrid was back here in the States. We had dated for a few months before I went over there, and honestly, when I left, I never knew if we would ever really see each other again. But we did end up reconnecting over Skype and writing emails and things back and forth, and at some point, I think it was your idea, we decided to try to connect without Skype.
We decided to do a twin flame meditation, which is nothing that we invented ourselves, but we did put our own spin on it. And we sat down and meditated at the exact same time in 2 different time zones with the intention of connecting together, and the results were nothing short of magical. There was like an 11-hour time difference between us. And what happened next blew our minds.
Right when I was getting ready for this meditation, I had my incense going, my music playing. I've been kind of getting ready for it all day. It was like 7 p.m. for me. As soon as I sat down and closed my eyes, I just immediately was there. I felt her there, and I was walking up, and it was so powerful when we hugged and embraced that I just started crying. I mean, I just remember right when I closed my eyes, just tears started coming down my face.
As soon as I closed my eyes, I was immediately transported to the spot that we had chosen, which is a tree that's very special to us. And I felt his energy coming before I saw him. And it just overwhelmed me, that same thing. Like, I knew that we were connecting. There was no doubt in my mind that he was there. And I had that same emotional rush that just took me over. And I felt like I could almost feel you touching me, like, physically.
Yeah, I felt that way
on
too.
My body, and I was like, okay, we're doing this thing.
Mm-hmm. Now, we had decided that before we talked about this in detail over Skype, we were going to email each other with the details of our individual experience so that we weren't influencing each other through conversation. And what was crazy was that there were multiple spots when we read each other's emails where our experience was almost the exact same thing. Yeah, identical things that we were seeing and experiencing and feeling.
First off, one of the most interesting things to me is that we recognized who got there first.
Right.
So obviously, we sat down at the same time, but who knows if there were seconds between when one or the other of us closed our eyes and when one or the other of us really got into meditation, because I felt like I was waiting at the tree first. And in his email, he said he saw me waiting there. So that was interesting right from the jump, where I was at this tree and I felt him coming first and then saw him coming up this hill in the space that we chose. That's a real place that we love to go to. And that got my attention immediately.
One of the first things that Ingrid wrote in her email was, "And then I saw you walking up the hill towards me at the tree, and I felt so happy. And I hugged you and kissed you, and I could feel your excitement. You excitedly took my hand and said that you wanted to show me something. And you opened up a seam from right where we were into what I think was the universe. It was the absolute blackness of space. And we stepped into it, and you said, this is where we came from." Now, this is wild because this is the exact image that I saw after we embraced and kissed, and I had that flood of emotion. I remember taking her hand, and I also wrote about this, taking her hand and opening up a hole, just like she said, like Looney Tunes, and we flew through it. I was like, I'm going to show you some stuff, and I flew through it. Now, the things that we saw when we were flying were a little bit different. You had some images of different things, and I remember that I was trying to show her all these things that I had seen in Thailand and stuff. So we sort of diverge on that, but the specificity of like me taking your hand, opening up this hole and flying through it was crazy.
You couldn't have planned that. One of the last experiences Hamilton explained in his email said, I had a very vivid image of us as shooting stars, flying side by side, separating and building up energy and power, and then colliding with a tremendous explosion, a big bang, no pun intended, where I could feel our molecules becoming one as both of us exploded into each other and out over the universe, sending our love pouring over everything and becoming pure love. Amazing, because
Ingrid had written something about flying, seeing ourselves as pure light and flying
Shooting
through
off.
space and like just shooting
and then
off.
intertwining, I say bodies, energies, and then even our molecules. So we both talked about intertwining like the molecules of ourselves.
So, again, like a super specific image that I just can't explain. All right, so first step of your twin flame meditation is to pick a meaningful meeting place and set a joint intention. So we chose to meet at this big, awesome magnolia tree at a park in Richmond. And I really suggest a tree as a meeting place, and it needs to be a real physical place, right? But trees are great because I don't know, it felt like that tree was a really like grounding,
like it's like
energy
nature's
and just
telephone
kinda,
pole,
almost
or like
I don't know,
wireless tower.
It really seemed like it helped our attention to connect, because like we just immediately found that place, and I think it helped us find each other
quickly.
Yeah.
The next thing you want to do is to set your joint intention. This is basically just the reason why you're meditating together. Or if you haven't met your twin flame yet, obviously your intention would be to connect with your twin flame. Or it could be to grow your love across distance or across time, or you can just come up with something that feels good to you.
To receive a vision of your purpose together or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Next step is to pick the time when you're going to meditate. Remember, if you're in different time zones, make sure you coordinate so that you're sitting down together.
Next, you're going to prepare yourself to connect with your twin flame. You can do this by getting into your heart space throughout the day, sending them good vibes and energy, and preparing your space for the meditation. That might mean lighting incense or candles, or putting on music that you both vibe to, whatever speaks to you, whatever makes you feel good in your space and ready to connect with your twin flame.
And make sure your space is somewhere peaceful and quiet. It could be indoors or outdoors. Just somewhere where you're not going to be interrupted.
Finally, you're ready to begin your meditation. You want to go in believing that you can connect with your twin flame, and most importantly, to trust what images and experiences come to you.
Yeah, just let whatever thoughts flow through, and just kind of like be with it and enjoy it, and like don't second guess anything, just go for the ride.
Trusting whatever experience you have is what's going to lead to more likely sharing an experience with your twin flame. I think if you're overthinking it or wondering like, is this real, is this really happening, if you're having all these amazing sensory experiences, just trust it, and trust that you've set a sacred space, a good energy space, and that everything that is happening within that space is safe and sacred and beautiful.
And consider writing down your experience immediately after. If you've set a timer for 20 or 30 minutes, as soon as that timer goes off, grab a pen and paper and just write it down. That way you're not losing anything.
Because it's kind of like a dream when you come out of it if you don't. I think actually for me when I did it, I was writing down things throughout because I was able to kind of stay meditative, but I did write down little, some people can or can't, but whatever works for you, writing it down is a good thing to consider because it'll help you remember the experience even more vividly after the fact.
Especially, this is something I'm just thinking of now, like especially if you're someone who's doing this before you've met your twin flame to try to help connect. It could be a cool thing to like have documented to go back and look at it, see, wow, were any of these things kind of prophetic in a way once you do meet them in person, because you will. But that could be a cool thing to like go back and reference.
So now you can share your experience with your twin flame. Let us know if you try it, how it goes. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know in the comments if you would love to hear more about twin flames in general. And
share any of your like most magical synchronistic experiences that you've had with your twin flame if you've already met them. And and yeah, like Ingrid said, let us know what else you'd like to see from us. Leave us a comment. Make sure to like and subscribe again. And
Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys soon.
peace.